Hey guys, Dakara here, welcome back to my channel. Today we're on Buffy Season 7, Episode 5. So let's roll that intro and get straight into it. Here we go.
I'm thinking I should call her.
I just don't want you to get your hopes up.
There are no hopes. Anya and I are done. I just worry about her, that's all. Yeah, she seems so sad.
She should try acting like everybody else more.
It's what all the kids are doing nowadays.
But there's definitely a vengeance vibe worth worrying about.
No, I don't worry about that.
I hope you're right.
I really think she's coming around.
Okay. Jesus. That is quite the death count right there. Wait. Huh?
What have I done?
What in the world? There's got to be an explanation for it, of course, but what it's going to be, I have no idea. I feel really distracted today, guys, and I'm sorry for that. There's so much going on outside, and if you can hear that on the mic, I'm sorry. Scooby's just dished out the treat wrapper from out of the bin and is now playing with it, so that's fun. And I feel like my phone keeps buzzing. I'm just going to turn my phone off, I think. My full attention. Do we get to find out how she suddenly doesn't like bunnies? Well, not suddenly, but you know what I mean.
Olaf, har du skrattat?
Sharon was så mindre tråd att stora Olaf.
Eller kan du ställa kinanan kanina inarade?
Får jag se så snabbet
Våra starra finniskar.
Oh, God.
Nästa du kan min med för.
Yes, drink up.
Tu varit paragrogen.
Jag ska få en skarman in vars
Fan Ralph think there.
inja nådest in eller ranvi.
Is this how she becomes a vengeance demon in the first place?
Is vad i världen?
Jara, serpen sen förraka flikan.
I don't trust what I see anymore. Drew used to see things, you know. I used to stare at her and think she'd gone completely sack of hammers. I'm in trouble, Buffy.
I can help you.
I could never ask.
You made me jump then, Scoob. But bless you. Did I just get emotional over something that didn't happen?
This basement is killing you. This is the Hellmouth. There is something bad down here.
Interesting that she's wearing all black now and she was wearing white before, like good versus bad.
Can't hear you, can't hear you.
Get up and get out of this basement.
I don't have anywhere else to go.
And I've already done all the reading that I missed.
We'll get you caught up in no time. Put around and they saw your finals like, boom, magic.
Yeah, similar to, but
Look,
Boom, magic.
Anya! What are you doing here?
I have a new boyfriend now. He lives here.
This is so great. I am so happy to see you've moved on.
Yes, we're tremendously happy together.
And she'll see all the bodies now, right? She shifted the bodies, but not cleaned up very well. Is this going to be Anya? Like a different version of Anya? No.
Take it back.
She made a wish. And Anya had to follow through. And she's taking the wish back.
He broke up with me in front of them. It was a game. And they laughed. And I yelled just once. I wish you could all feel what it's like to have your hearts ripped out.
Joys of cat hair.
What did this?
A spider.
A spider? What?
Spider. Where is it now?
This is going to be my worst episode, isn't it? I mean, at least it looks very fake. That's going to help.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for saving you from this spider. He's gonna lose that hammer, right? Am I thinking of the right person? And they end up taking the hammer. I love her hair. And I know it's a wig, but I love the wig.
Impressive.
Impressive.
What is that, a Woodlow transmogrific spell?
Thornton's Hope.
What do you do?
A load-bearing bar matron.
Is there any other kind? My name is Hoffer.
I am odd.
I'm afraid you don't see your true self. You are Anyanka. We're vengeance demons. I'm sure you've heard of us.
No, I'm sorry. I don't talk to people much. I mean, I talk to them, but they don't talk to me.
So she's always sort of struggled with communicating and things.
We'd like you to join us.
Why do you keep calling me that? My name is Odd.
But Anyanka is who you are.
Anyanka.
Vengeance.
But only to those who deserve it.
They all deserve it.
That's where I was going with that, yeah.
Hello?
Impressive. Everyone's got their skills.
I can't tell you how many times today I've heard Anyanka is back to her old self again. Honey, what is it? What's wrong?
She doesn't want to be like her old self again.
There was just so much screaming. I've forgotten how much damage a Crimslaw demon could do.
Oh, tell me about it.
Anya, this is probably my favorite hair color for Anya. It really suits her.
I didn't think it would hit me like this.
It's a reflex. You'll get over it in no time.
I can't tell you how good it is. Thank goodness you're here.
Oh, sweetie. Get out. Lemon drop. If you think I'm gonna...
Get out. You have to stop this.
Do you know what they did to her?
They were humiliating her. You're in trouble. You know it. I'm here to help you.
Played anybody lately, have you?
Ooh, Anya.
They got what they deserved.
Thanks for sidekicking.
So she say what this thing is?
Some sort of spider demony thingy.
How big she say this thing was? What's this black stuff?
I don't know.
Oh, sticky!
That drilling outside is so distracting.
There's definitely something moving up there.
Xander!
Ew! Oh, don't open your mouth. Keep that shut tight.
You okay?
Well, it got a shoulder.
We come back and...
You could just do that. Yeah, you could do that. That works.
I'm more concerned with where that thing came from.
I know where it came from.
How many?
10? 12?
When were you planning on telling us?
I'm telling you now.
Great. Thank you. How could you let us...
How is this Willow's fault now? She literally just went to check.
She didn't tell us for a reason. I have to kill Anya.
Can we not do that though? Is there a way of us not doing that?
I'm in awe of you.
Stop.
Oh, stop.
Besides, Russia was ready to explode. All we did is just give it a little push.
The explosions in the background.
It's always work, work, work with you.
What?
There's a revolution going on outside that you are somewhat responsible for.
Just Downton Abbey in flames outside.
Vengeance is what I do, Halfrek. I don't need anything else.
Until you found Xander and the gang.
She's not the Anya that you knew, Xander. She's a demon.
Took y'all 10 seconds to decide to kill one of your best friends?
The thought that it might come to this has occurred to me before, but it's what I have to do.
When our friends go all crazy and start killing people, we help them.
Yeah.
Sitting right here.
I'm sorry, but it's true.
It is true.
She's a human. Anya's a demon.
And you're the Slayer. I see now how it's all very simple.
It is never simple.
I mean, I kind of feel like Xander right now.
Demon that you're, say, boning.
Oh, and there we go.
Spike was harmless.
He had no choice.
And Anya did.
You think we haven't all seen this before? The part where you just cut us all out? Just step away from everything human and act like you're the law?
Oof.
I killed Angel.
She did do that.
I loved him more than I will ever love anything in this life.
That all worked out okay?
Oh, Willow.
Do you remember giving me Willow's message? Kick his ass?
I never said that.
This is different.
It is always different. Someone has to draw the line, and that is always going to be me. In the end, the Slayer is always cut off.
So true.
I am the law.
There has to be another way.
Then please find it.
Well, that was one of the most intense conversations I think they've ever had. And they've had their fair few.
I can't. Beatimus.
Oh. What you doing here then? Is she summoning Dahofran?
Rush Maharis.
Flashbang?
Behold the Hoffren, Miss Rosenberg. The flaying of Warren Mears are truly inspired. Yes, Lloyd has a sketch of it on his wall.
Of course he did. Go on, Lloyd. Go on, Lloyd, lad.
We need to talk about Anya.
Very well. Let's talk about Anyanka.
I thought I might find you here.
What do you want?
I want to help you. I'm sorry for everything I did to you, everything I put you through.
Thank goodness you got here in time.
You don't understand. Buffy's coming to kill you.
She's coming to try.
Did everybody have their crazy flakes today? You guys are friends. How could you talk like this?
But she knew sooner or later it would come to this.
Buffy, get out of here.
This is getting to be a pattern with you, Buffy.
She looks so different.
Don't you have a clever retort for me?
She does love the clever retort. As do I.
I'm sorry.
You're apologizing to me? What fight are you watching? Or is this like one of your little pop culture references I don't get? Because I'm a vengeance.
I just want happy ending.
What in the fuck? My head is mashed, guys. I don't know what's going on.
I'm just lately Anya. Not very much is the world I know. I've boned a troll, I've wreaked some wrath, but on the whole I've had no path. I will be his Mrs. Anya Christina Emanuela Jenkins.
She's had some names.
Need to cover up my heart, plus see above every sweaty part. I found my guy.
What in the fuck?
Anya lame ass made up maiden name.
Lame ass made up maiden name Harris.
Here comes the bride. I'll be Mrs. I will be. Takes a lot more to kill a vengeance demon.
I'm just getting started.
Stop trying to save me, Xander!
Breathtaking. It's like somebody slaughtered an Abercrombie and Fitch catalog. I talked to your friend, Miss Rosenberg. I have high hopes for her.
Stay away from Willow.
Miss Rosenberg seems to think Anyanka would be better suited outside the Vengeance Fold. But I'm not sure if anyone's bothered to find out what Anyanka herself really wants.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Her original name was...
I want to take it back.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I want to undo what I did.
Must be 12 bodies in there. You understand how this works. The proverbial scales must balance, since the fates require a sacrifice. The life and soul of a vengeance demon.
Do it.
Wait!
Stay out of this, Xander.
He just said you have to die.
You can't help me.
I understand the price.
This is your wish.
This is my wish.
No!
Anya.
Hallie?
They took how freaking.
Who did you think you were dealing with?
But she was yours.
The way you were mine? Never go for the kill when you can go for the pain. But now you, Anya, you're out. Your wish is granted. From beneath you, it devours.
How many times have we heard that this season?
Whatever's between us, it doesn't matter. You shouldn't be alone in this.
Yes, I should. I've just clung to whatever came along.
Well, speaking as a clingy, kinda didn't mind.
Thanks. For everything. What if I'm really nobody?
Don't be a dope.
I'm a dope.
Sometimes.
That's a start.
Why is my face all wet? What is happening? So that was a heavier episode than what I expected it to be. I did admittedly feel quite distracted through this, but the brilliance of Anyanka really kept me focused there at the end. Some epic scenes in this episode, and it might not have been substantial when it comes to the main arc of this season. The actual scenes in it, holy, the one between Buffy, Xander and Willow was just incredible. I felt myself flitting between rooting for Xander and then rooting for Buffy. Like, the writing is so good that you can really empathize with everyone that's a part of that drama, because from Xander's point of view, he loves Anya. Anya is someone he was going to marry. Like, Anya is a huge part of his life and his past and hopefully his future. So for the discussion of Anya possibly being no more, it's just, you don't even want to think about that. I didn't want to think about that. When Buffy was saying, right, well, you know what I've got to do, there was a part where I was like, I'm with Xander, like, surely there's another way. You don't have to do this. Because she was so, like, convinced that this was her calling, this is what she had to do. But then the second that Buffy starts talking about experiences that she's been through, like with Angel, you're like, you're not treating Anya differently to how you would treat your own loved ones, because she did indeed kill Angel, and she would have done anything to keep him around at that time. So for her to possibly kill a friend, it's not easy by any means, but she will follow her gut when it comes to what she's supposed to do for the greater good. And that is what I mean by the high level of writing within this. You can see things from so many angles, and the way that they were fighting felt so raw and from the heart. Like, they were so passionate about it. Because Xander hates arguing with Buffy and vice versa. And he does say the wrong things a lot of the time. But it comes from passion and determination to save someone that he loves. Because his thoughts, like what he was saying, are thoughts that I had. Because I was like, well, you weren't like that with Willow in my head. I was saying, you didn't treat Willow like that. You were like, well, just help them. So why is Anya different? And then there's always an answer. So from Buffy, it's like, because Anya's a demon and Willow is not. They're very different, just like Angel is a demon, the vampire. And Anya is a demon. So I don't know, it's just brilliant. I'm not expressing myself too well at the moment, but the bottom line is that if you can really see things from both points of view, you'll know that they're doing something right. It wasn't just a very simple, Buffy, you're completely wrong for this, how dare you? Xander, go and do whatever you can to save Anya. There's always that, like, grey area with this. It's just so good. So freaking good. I've always known that I've enjoyed Anya. Like, Anya's personality and quirkiness and heart, to be honest, is just, it's so fun, so comforting and warming and refreshing. And I've known that I've always liked her. But hearing that risk of her actually handing herself over to Hoffrin and being no more, just didn't like that. Like, it really upset me. And especially with this show, I'm really unsure about who they're going to take from me and when. So it was a relief to see her still alive and well. But it must be even harder for her to know that Halfric was the one that was taken because of her, so she has to live with that now as well. So she didn't have to just live with taking 12 lives. Now she has to live with the best friend for many years. It's just rough, innit? It really is rough, and Darfrin's kind of brutal when it comes to his punishments and vengeance. Believe it or not. Like I say, when it comes to the main plot, like what is fueling beneath Sunnydale, it touched upon it briefly, but it didn't substantially move anything along. Yet, I feel extremely satisfied by the episode. I felt like the emotion was so raw in it, and the comedy's still there as well, like Buffy answering the phone, and the whole spider thing was kind of jokes. Yet, it still hits you right in the feels when it comes to those relationships. The Whedonverse is so good at that. So freaking good at that. And props to the writers for selling those highly emotional scenes there. I feel for Anya so much. She never really has known her place. She's never really understood where she belongs or what she wants. Like she said, she just sort of flits through life and enjoys the ride. Wherever she ends up, she ends up. Whereas I honestly feel like when she was with Xander and the gang, she finally felt like her place. She found it. Especially when she was in the magic shop. Like she was just at peace there. I think she loved running the magic shop and dealing with the numbers and learning how to speak to people and learning those social things. But not doing, say, what Dawn was telling Willow to do at the beginning. You know, just keep your mouth shut, nod along, copy everyone, be a sheep, basically. Anya would never be a sheep. She's not got it in her. And thank the Lord that she's not. Anya just always is a one of a kind. Yeah, I don't think we need more sheep in the world. I think we need more people that are real. And Anya's definitely that. What I do wish is that she had more people to talk to when she's struggling, because she had Halfric then. But Halfric was biased. Halfric wanted the old version of Anyanka because that's who she's known the most. That's who she believes she truly is. She never got to really see this refreshing Anyanka who was happy. She was really happy. I just hope she gets that back. I really do. I hope she finds a place. And maybe with time, her and Xander will get that. They will get it back. At least the comfort of friendship. Great episode. Really good episode. I do want to see more about the main arc. I definitely do. But the whole diving deeper into individual characters, I'm just loving. It's the same with Spike, like seeing Spike still struggling with the voices in his head and what's real and what's not real, and then seeing this really pure Buffy that's caring and willing to help him, listening to his grievances, etc. And then the more tough loving Buffy who is straight to the point, quite aggressive, very blunt, and, you know, just a little bit more savage than the softer Buffy, and him seeing both versions of her. And looking at the outfit and the hair and everything, I would assume that the more blunt version of Buffy was the real one right now. But obviously in Spike's head, he's still seeing that person that really saw him and was kind to him. And he kept saying, no, I can't ask for your help because of what I did. I can't ask. I could never. And seeing the Buffy that was reassuring to that and forgiving him for that, that's, I think, his true wish inside. That's the version that he hopes for. But that doesn't mean that the Buffy that rocked up later on, the blunt one, is in the wrong, because let's face it, he did do that. He did. And I think he's right. I think he's right in saying that he could never ask for it, because he has no right to. He did what he did. But he can still hope for forgiveness and do what he can to correct those wrongs. And hopefully when these voices in his head settle, hopefully when he gets some help and some support, there's a chance of starting anew and being a better version of himself. He's clearly a very sensitive soul, and when he didn't have that soul within him, he was a scary version of himself. Now that soul is back, he's going to find it even harder to accept what he did and try to forgive himself. I think that's the main thing. He's going to struggle to forgive himself, and therefore he's going to struggle to believe that anyone else could forgive him if he can't do it himself. He understands the weight of his actions now. But I want to see more of him. I want to see more of Spike. I want to see some ownership of his actions, and some growth, I think, would be the best thing to see. I do think that they're building to this big bad being whatever's boiling underneath the surface, and Buffy's gonna have to do all she can to stop this. But I personally hope that this season, with it being the last season, is going to be the one that really resonates and really zones in on the relationships within it and what people want, what people believe, and I want happiness for them at the end of it all. I really do. Please let us just have a happy ending. I know that it's probably unrealistic to get that, but just having some closure would be really nice as well. We haven't had any crossover with... I am so sorry for this noise that's outside. I don't know how bad the mic's picking it up, but it's driving me mad. I'm like trying to concentrate on what I'm saying and it's just so freaking loud. I swear one of these days I am going to get my dream and I'm going to live in the middle of nowhere with extremely good internet. That's the plan. That is the plan, guys. Anyway, oh yeah, I do want to see more crossovers between Angel and Buffy as well. I feel like they're really going away from that this season, maybe, but I think it'd just be helpful to have a little bit more crossover for that closure that I'm after. Being completely greedy and selfish here, I know, but I'm gonna trust that they'll do what's right, because they've only really let me down once, twice, so that's not too bad. If you think about 7 seasons, having 2 decisions made that I'm not the happiest with I'll count that as a win, to be honest. I want the ending to be good. I really want the ending to be good. I want to feel complete, you know? That's what I want. And I'm scared. I'm scared of getting to the ending. I have found that knowing that this is the last season has been really difficult, and even when I'm going to record an episode or a new episode, there's like this feeling of connection and not wanting it to end and just trying to cling to it. So I want to be putting it off as much as I can. I just can't. I don't want to binge it because I don't want it to be over. Not because it's bad, not because I'm bored, none of those reasons. It's literally because I've loved this show so much and I don't want it to end. I literally don't want it to end. So yeah, it's a strange feeling as a reactor watching the show, and I'm sure even just viewers in general would feel the same. Like, surely you relate of when you're obsessed with a show and you love it so much, and then when you know that it's coming to an end, you just want to cling to it. You just want to cling. At least that's how I feel. Right, I am going to wrap it up there. I'm going to pray that whatever work is going on outside finishes for my next recording. And for those that don't know, Sex Education Season 4 came out today as I'm recording this. Obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, it's not today. But as of today, I'm recording. It's just been released. So I am dying to get my teeth stuck into that as well. I haven't really decided if I'm going to do reactions to every episode yet. Let's see how it goes. But it's the final ever Sex Education season as well. So it might end up being a little bit like Buffy, where I don't want to binge it and I want it to last a little bit longer, but I could be wrong. We'll wait and see. When I did season 3, I ended up with laryngitis and I couldn't speak for weeks. So a constant binge isn't going to happen anyway. I don't want a repeat of that, but it's also one of those shows that is very addicting and you just want to hit play on the next one. It's a different vibe. I don't know if you feel this, but with Buffy, there's like a connection with heart when you're watching it. So you feel like you're having a relationship with Buffy. So when it's the final season, you don't want it to end, you don't want it to go anywhere. You're sort of like ghosting it in a way to try and prolong it that bit further. Whereas Sex Education's it's not as deep with relationship wise, or that connection with the viewer and the show. But it's one of those that's so important, in my opinion, to watch, because the lessons in there, the comedy's brilliant, the acting's amazing, but it does educate and it touches on so many important topics, and they're not scared to go there either. It's a fantastic show and I highly recommend it. But it's just a different style. It's a completely different style of show. So I don't know why I'm rambling so much in this intro. I'm going to wrap it up there. And I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a cheeky thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you could be so kind. But as always, there's no pressure here. I'd just love to have you. And all of my links are in the description of this video, so check those out as well, guys. What else do I usually do in this? A massive shout out, obviously, to my sponsors. You guys are unbelievable. I'm very, very lucky to have you, and I cannot thank you enough for all that you do, really keeping the content going. Thank you so much. Until next time, when I'm hopefully less distracted, goodbye for now. But of course, let's take a comment from the Dak Pack. And today I've chosen Will. And Will says, yes, Dak, Buffy essentially coined the term Google as a verb. Obviously, it's existed before this episode, but this was very much the first time that many people around the world heard it. And this is, in part, the reason why Googling is now a common term. Pretty wild, isn't it? It is wild, because obviously I grew up through that era. So there was a world prior to internet and I lived it. So it's like seeing it now, it's like a massive flashback, because I remember when we started saying, oh, we'll have to Google it, you know? I remember Jeeves being a big thing at one stage, like Ask Jeeves. But Google has been the solid search engine when it comes for any answers that you're after. So yeah, Google it. So seeing it in TV, one of the first times, is it's definitely wild. And yeah, I enjoy those things. I really, really do. Thank you so much, Will, for watching my reactions. It really means a lot to me. Thank you for sharing your thoughts as well. And don't forget, guys, if you want to see one of your comments at the end of these videos, then don't forget to leave them in the comment section below, and maybe yours will be next. I always love reading the comments, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. Thank you so much. But until next time, goodbye for now.